welcome to my channel. So I'm just going to do a quick video as I've just been to collect the diamond press machine from Hobbycraft. They don't have it in our store, you can only order it online. So I thought I'd do this quick video. The rain came out to play and the sky went dark, so apologies for the shadows on my desk because I've had to turn my lights on. So in the box you get the diamond press machine, which I do need to use on my actual desktop rather than on my mat I normally use. You get the folder for popping through the machine, you get a set of scallop circles, and then you get an instruction sheet as well. Okay, so I've got a couple of bits of paper here. This is normal paper, well, thick cardstock / paper that we normally use for scrapbooking, and then I've also pulled out some card as well just to see how it worked on textured cardstock. So I'm just going to give these a go, and then the main reason I'm doing this video is to also give the Xcut mini dies a go as well. So we'll start with one of these big ones. So we pop the paper in and the die down. First off, let's secure this. So we hold it down and then the suction pad, and that's wobbling my desk rather than moving, which is what it's meant to do. So what we'll do is we'll feed this one through and see how this one cuts. And that's cut through the paper pretty cleanly, and that's on the biggest one. Let's try the same one on the cardstock. So this is your textured cardstock, a bit like the likes of your basil. Maybe let's make sure that goes inside. Let's try this one. Maybe it's slightly less than 2 inches I need to do it, but let's see how this one goes. This one's a bit tougher. Again, shaking my desk. And let's see how that one's cut through. That one's cut through a lot nicer. So maybe the fact that it's a little bit thicker makes that go through a bit nicer. So that's those two. And this is with the set that comes in the pack. But the main thing I wanted to try for us gals in the UK, or guys and gals in the UK, is how these Xcut mini dies work. Now, I did have a look at the sizes of a couple of these, and this big one does seem as though I'm going to have to position it in just the right way, because it seems to go a little bit past the actual size of the shim. So I'm going to try and pop this on the best sort of angle and see how it... Okay, sorry about that, little pause while I got a phone call. So I'm just about to put the bigger one of the frames on the Xcut mini dies through the machine and see how that works out. So I seem to have lost my suction. Let's see if we can get that back and pop that through. Well, it's made it through the machine. Let's see whether it's actually made the die cut. Yep, it has. So we've got the centerpiece there, and then we've got the inside here, which I never thought to get out my pokey tool. So let's just use the craft knife for now. And there we go. We've got the frame, and that's the biggest one of the frame dies from the mini dies from Xcut. The other one that looks quite big, and this is the heart one, so we'll give this a go and see how the big one of this turns out. Okay, sorry again, why have one phone call when you can have two? So I'm now going to use the big heart die from the mini dies and see how that works. Again, I'm just sticking to the paper at the moment. See if I can get this to fit inside the folder. I'm not sure whether the whole thing will fit or whether I can just get it to fit where it's likely to cut, but let's see if it will cut though of course the ones inside will cut. So let's give that one a go. And that has nice clean cut on that one. So doesn't matter what size, we can use the Xcut dies through the diamond press machine, which is good because that's the only ones we can find in the UK. So let's give a star a go, but let's this time try it on the cardstock. So I've got again white cardstock, and I'm going to try both of the two smaller stars just to see how this being the smallest shape goes through. So I should have maybe cut a little bit extra off my card, but it just seems to fold up and work its way through anyway. So we'll pop those two through and see how they look. And there we go. Yep, they've both cut, so the little star is still inside it. So again, let's get my craft knife to pop that through. So we have a little, not sure if you can see it, we have a little white star there, which is on the textured cardstock. And then the next one down, we have another star. So the Xcut dies do cut through. This size I did cut to 2 inches by 3 inches, the paper. Though I'd say a little bit smaller than that for the dies to be sure you'd be able to get them through. But just so you know, the ones that I personally picked up from Hobbycraft was the stars, the hexagons, the hearts, and the frames. So the little framelets. To be honest, I didn't actually realise that the frames cut an outer and an outside piece and an inside piece, but I'm sure in a couple of colours they'd be nice if you layer them up as 2 different ones. And of course there's the stars. So I'm quite happy with this little machine. This cost £19 from Hobbycraft as it's on special at the moment. So for a little die cutting machine to make your embellishments for your scrapbook pages or your project life, it is definitely cheaper than buying 3 shaped heart punches, probably, to buy this at £2.50 on its own, or I think they were 2 for £4, and the £19 machine. It does need a nice slick surface, but once it is down, it is pretty much down. I must have been messing with it when I was on the phone. If anybody finds a good stockist of these, please let me know, because I'm sure we will need these shims soon enough once they wear through a bit. But for the moment, I'm going to go and mess about with some pretty shapes and some pretty pattern paper. And I'll speak to you all again soon.